guys, what's up? This is Noah, and today I'm going to be talking about 7 of my favorite albums of all time. Now, this was a video that I am doing for my sound production class. However, I thought it would be fun to share it with you guys as well. Just because these albums really did help shape me as a person and as an artist, I thought it would be fun to talk about. So here we go. Number 7 in my list of favorite albums of all time is The Open Door by Evanescence. Evanescence was the first band that got me interested in music. The album is very cohesive and it has like this very dark symphonic metal sort of type vibe to it that I'm just totally in love with. My favorite songs on this album are Weight of the World, Cloud 9, Snow White Queen, Lacrimosa, Like You, The Only One, and All That I'm Living For. Number 6 on my list is Daydream by Mariah Carey. This album kind of has like a 90s R&B sort of vibe because it was released in the 90s. It was very important to my personal vocal development because I'm very influenced by people like Mariah Carey and Ariana Grande, John Legend, Alicia Keys that just incorporate a lot of like melisma and vocal agility in their voice. And she also had a really big influence on a younger generation of vocalists, including Sam Smith, Beyonce, and Ariana Grande. Some standout tracks to me on this album were Fantasy, Always Be My Baby, I Am Free, When I Saw You, Melt Away, and Looking In. Number 5 on my list is Her by Her. This album production-wise has a very modern but very ageless sound. Like, it sounds like it could be listened to like 10-20 years down the road. It has very interesting musical characteristics, which I'm an absolute nerd for. It has all sorts of like modulations and tempo changes and a bunch of different stuff like that throughout the entire album. Some standout tracks were Losing, Avenue, Let Me In, Focus, You, Every Kind of Way, Best Part with Daniel Caesar, Jungle, Rather Be, Hopes Up, Still Down, Gone Away, and I Won't. This album has 21 tracks on it. It is massive. Number 4 on my list of albums is Speak For Yourself by Imogen Heap. This album is very experimental and eclectic in its sound. Like, you know that it's this album when you hear it just because of like the production and like all that sort of stuff. It's really cool. It's not an album that is known by everybody, but its influence is felt. Ariana remixed it on her Sweetener album for her song Goodnight and Go. Jason Derulo sampled the bridge of this song for What You Say from 2009, and Kelly Clarkson and Pentatonics both did covers of the song Just For Now off of this album. Some standout tracks for me were Goodnight and Go, Hide and Seek, Just For Now, Closing In, The Walk, and The Moment I Said It. My number 3 album is Volnek Era by Bjork, and it actually has 2 covers. Y'all, look at this. Hold on. This is cool. So like this part comes off and it's got another cover underneath it. Like, how cool is that? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna put this thing back in. There are so many reasons why I like this album. First off, because I'm a sucker for classical music and like orchestra pieces and stuff like that. And it blends classical music with modern production, and it's like really cool. I always credit this album for practically saving my life. This album was released in 2015 when she had separated from her husband at the time. My parents divorced in 2016. I basically listened to this album, specifically the song Family, and it basically brought me out of the pit that I was in. Some standout tracks on this album were Stone Milker, Lion Song, Black Lake, Family, Adam Dance, Mouth Mantra, and Quicksand. My number 2 album on this list is As I Am by Alicia Keys. There are so many reasons why I like this album as well. It's very nostalgia filled. My mom would always listen to this album or put it on whenever she'd take us home from school. Back when I was in like kindergarten or 1st grade, when this came out in 2007. It has very timeless production. Like, it sounds like it could have been released just yesterday. I will never get over how critically underrated this album is. It's amazing. I love it. Some standout tracks on this album were Go Ahead, No One, Like You'll Never See Me Again, Lesson Learned with John Mayer, Reckless Love, Teenage Love Affair, I Need You, Where Do We Go From Here, The Prelude to a Kiss, and Tell You Something. My favorite album of all time is Albertine by Brooke Fraser. The reason why I chose this album as my favorite album of all time is because Brooke had such a big influence on my voice and my writing style. The lyrics in this album are very like poetic and introspective and use a lot of imagery and stuff like that, and it's really cool. Literally, I do not have a least favorite album on this track. The song Hymn, spelled Hymn, is my favorite song of all time, and that was my favorite album of all time. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I definitely need to do this again. There were so many albums that I had to leave out due to time constraints, so I'm definitely gonna have to do like another list again. But yeah, if you guys like this video, please don't forget to click the cute little thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe.